quick.
I'm troubled. I am. I don't know, Pavel. It's just I want him to win, and they're starting the game.
We'll watch Pavel. I'll watch Pavel just for you at the beginning. Oh, okay, this isn't good. Pavel's got no weapons. Get a yellow and just sit on the back of the map for a minute now, because Madball's going to take everything else.
Okay, if Ty is watching, if you're watching Ty, watch Pavel right now, because I'm certain I'm not going to curse Pavel, and he's just going to die now or something.
You sure? This is the commentator's curse.
But Pavel is going to be playing it really slow. I mean, he's one of the guys, of course, that knows how to do this very well. And this is what he really enjoys doing. You know, he takes the tactical, strategic elements. He's like, okay, let's play it slow. Let's build up the armor. And he's a great player to watch for this because of the way that he avoids his opponents when he's on the back foot like this, looking for the armors, looking to build up, looking then after that for an opportunity to get back in with a trap or with a steal of an item. And so let's see how Pavel.
He's going to be like pretty delighted that he didn't actually get killed really early on. He needs to get the rockets because Pavel is exceptionally good at blocking choke points with some absolutely fantastic rockets, but he's getting almost 200 armor at the moment. Madball's going to have to be pretty concerned. I'm going to just flick over to Madball for a second and see what he's been able to do. Great, he's continued control and has put zero pressure onto Pavel. Like, this is as good as positive as it is for him right now. He needs to do some damage soon because Pavel is so close to making a move on him.
I heard some sarcasm there, man. But Pavel's going to take the fight. He's going to bring the action to Madball here over at the red. Unfortunately, though, that position is a bit weak, so he's unable to really do anything. So it's very smart for him to back away there. However, you know, Madball, if as you said, you know, if he keeps doing this lack of pressure, then Pavel's going to have so many opportunities to keep pressuring and trying to find a good spot.
Madball's got hardly any advantage. He'll have that 50 health advantage, and that'll be basically it. Right, we'll have a look. See, he obviously wants to run into Pavel somewhere, but Pavel is going to decide when the fight happens, and they're going to meet each other down at the bottom. Pavel already loses a lot of health, but Pavel is managing to escape.
And here we go, Madball.
I don't know who that was really better for. I think Pavel had some good damage, but I think he got just blocked off and knocked off his axes, basically. I think Madball did well then.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, again, Madball hasn't shown us that he's able to go in the right moments to keep Pavel's stack down. Because the key thing about Blood Run is that you, and this is key in all duels, control your opponent's stack. If he's out of control his stack so that he can't ever come and attack you, so he can't ever challenge your control. Because if he tries to, his stack is so weak, then he's going to take a fight where he'll just take a little bit of damage and then die. And that's really the best way to try to play things. What Madball's doing is giving Pavel lots of chances to come back in.
He had to move into the yellow room. He had to move in top yellow then. That's why Pavel took ages actually picking up that armor, because he thought that Madball was going to make a move. It was obvious pressure. Pavel read it beautifully. And here we are. Let's see if Pavel can do anything else here. He's getting a cheeky rail off, completely unreturned. Another one, just narrowly missing. And Pavel's going to want to sneak away from this. And this is some good little damage. Now Pavel's going to have position on the red armor. Is he going to want to hang around there? We've got a nice jump down from Madball.
That was really, really nice from Madball. Knew the urgency. That really showed that he has the item times in his mind. And definitely not giving it, maybe being a bit too harsh on him and not giving him enough credit. There's a lot of respect going towards Pavel as well.
Definitely.
I mean, Pavel's amazing defensively, so if you do test him on pressure, when you come in to do standard pressure, there are going to be cases where it's going to be quite risky, actually. And we saw, you know, Pavel, he put his back in the corner, he puts out the damage, and this is the fight that he wants to take. He's going for it. He has to get those 25s. That's going to even the fight up. They're both really low.
Oh, we got a jump down from Madball. Is that going to work for him? It does. He's back to starting stack immediately, but he should be able to get on the red. Oh, those rockets just blowing past his face. Madball is keeping control on this. Pavel's up at the top yellow. No rails are landing. I'm going to switch over to Pavel quickly. Look at the health he's left with. That's next to nothing at the moment. Oh, beautiful rail. Well done, Madball. It took 4 minutes of hard grafting here on Blood Run, but he eventually got himself that first blood.
Yeah, it's really well played, and you can see that in the fight that really made it happen. But I mean, first we had some action here. Pavel's just going to go for it. I mean, surely that's.
Look,
I mean, why?
I'm amazed how much damage he managed to do. If Madball didn't get off the red platform quick enough, then if there was another shotgun blast to follow up, it could have done huge damage and possibly gotten Pavel a kill. But maybe he's just trying to take down the stack of Madball, although now he's finding that he's not just got that one frag to catch up from, he's got 3.
big risk though, and I got to say that fight that that resulted in the first frag, although we're going to see another frag here as Pavel gets caught at the Mega. That fight was because they went the way of Madball, because the way that Pavel took it was he came back in for the fight to take the double 25s, but if like his only escape option was to go the shots, always leaves Madball with position to jump on Mega right up. So Madball was always in a better position there.
Those are some sick rockets from Pavel. Madball really wanted to move in for a kill. Pavel almost gets the frag, but Madball's dodge just keeps him stable enough. This is really good though from Madball. 5 minutes in, 5-0 lead over Pavel. Like, this is absolutely huge plays coming out of Madball. If he can keep this going, then he's going to give himself a solid advantage in this.
Here we go, another LG fight coming out, and actually Madball getting challenged quite severely. They're going to get dropped by the Rail and LG of Pavel, and he's going to take control. He has all the items back to back right after the fight, so there's no chance for Madball really to do well with this aggression, and he might find himself getting caught out here if he's a bit too over-eager, and Pavel's going to take what he can get, and I think he's really happy with this situation.
Yeah, Pavel in a lot of trouble. He's got to keep himself alive as long as possible. He's just trying to be slightly annoying, show his face. Is he going to be able to get out though? He's weakened Pavel quite a lot. LG, Rails are missing. This is such an awkward fight.
He ran out of cells for the LG. That's
both of them were like, what weapon do we want to use? Well, what are we actually doing? And then, oh, the Rail, Pavel finds it. And Madball, he can't afford to give away any of these frags, because we could be looking at another 30 seconds and Pavel could make the comeback if he puts on the pressure correctly, and if Madball missteps, of course.
So 5-2. I mean, I feel like some of the situations were down to Pavel kind of making plays that kind of backfired a little bit at the end, and Madball's now in a pretty damn good position from just playing it slow and steady, and Pavel's going to fall down onto that yellow and have to take the fight, and he's actually doing a really good job. The rockets though do change things a little bit. Whoa. And Madball going to go down though, and this is going to give the Mega to Pavel. So Pavel's got 3 minutes left to make 2 frags. That is really doable considering the fact that he has control now.
No, it's very, very possible. Madball had a good block down at the choke point between Rail and Mega. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the last rocket that would have saved his life, basically. We'll see if he can run away much longer. He gets to knock Pavel back down the bounce pad, but he's missing his little air rockets. Pavel might just pressure around the corner. Well, Madball has managed to escape successfully this time, but he shouldn't count himself too lucky on any following occasion. He's really going to have to play a perfect game if he wants to keep this lead going, and that pressure almost took him down.
Certainly did. Pavel, I don't know if I can see him giving up this position right now. The only thing is he has to be able to push forwards onto Madball. So Madball's defensive game is going to really get tested a lot right now, because Pavel's going to start having to make some desperation plays in about a minute or so. He's going to start feeling really, really just
But that's when Madball's going to be feeling the pressure as well, when he's getting closer and closer to winning. That's when he's going to be more likely to slip up. So I hope that Pavel doesn't rush him. As you said, another minute or so, I think that would be a good time to attack.
And here we go. Pavel going to spot Madball again. So he knows his position, and he's got that Mega under his belt now. And really, Pavel's just locking down this cycle, and he might be able to catch Madball out soon. And that's really what he's looking to do. He just needs to catch him with just a big chunk of damage so that he can come in and finish him off after this next cycle of items.
Madball is being slightly annoying. Just sharing damage a little bit. This game he's still got a good chance to win this, but he's got to be very careful and continue this risk-free performance since he got fragged for the 3rd time. But there it is, we've got a charge from Pavel. He's pretty weak, however. And the drop, he's thinking about it. Is it worth it? Do I want to risk it? I think he actually gets the red still. This is still pretty nice.
So 1 minute left now.
How careful he's being. He's absolutely terrified that Madball could have been around at any point then. If he got hit by anything, a rail, he probably would have died. This is it.
It's starting to get really tense now. It's just he just needs that one frag. I mean, the second one will come so much more easily. He can predict the spawn. He knows exactly what Madball has. He won't be stacked off that spawn. Here he goes, turning the corners. He might just find him.
Oh, well, that's a brilliant trap from Madball. He forces Pavel through the teleporter. Pavel just went under the assumption that, okay, he's just going to go through a teleporter and I'm going to predict where he's going with a rail. It didn't happen at all, and Madball might be able to successfully defend his position a little longer. 30 seconds left in the game. Madball's chances increasing exponentially.
Yeah, if Madball wins this map, I feel like he's got a really, really strong best case scenario to win this best 3 against Pavel, which would be a huge result. Madball taking nasty rail there. Pavel forced the rocket jump up to try to pursue. With only 10 seconds left, he gets with the shotgun. There's one more, Zoot.
He's just looking. He's trying to force the spawn. It's going to be up now, but can he find him is the question. He's not at either of them. Oh, he found him by the bounce. It's the frag with 2 seconds to go. We are going to be getting overtime. Madball was just praying, crossing his finger as tightly as he could that he wasn't found. That's it. That is really last-second game-saving maneuvers there. I wonder if Madball can keep it together, because he might have just ridded his mind of all the timings
and
just focused on running.
Thing is, like, he spent the last 2 minutes trying to survive.
Yeah.
So he gave the map completely to Pavel, and now Pavel has all the item times. He's got the perfect item cycle. So this is going to be a huge ask for Madball to bring this back, and he's in that mode right now where he cannot go for damage exchanges. He needs to just focus on building his own stack and trying to get into some nice positions so he can get some item times, get some map sense going on, so he understands where Pavel's going to be and how he's going to move.
To be honest, I think Madball's looking already for overtime number 2, especially after taking that rail. He does a little bit of pressure, some nice damage actually from Madball. And he should be able to get the lower yellow. Wow, okay, he's not paid at all. That's little things like that actually helps a huge amount for Madball. He's going to have to cherish and caress that yellow armor real good, because it might disappear at any point.
Yeah, he definitely needs to cherish these yellows, and things slow down again as Pavel. I mean, it's a good move to make, to just slow tempo down a lot sometimes, because your opponent does catch on to the tempo and the rhythm and the pace a little bit. So Pavel, being the guy who dictates the tempo, he can be sneaky and just slow it down, but it looks to be that Madball's actually going a little bit aggressive with some of these moves. Like he's maintaining these positions, because Pavel has to drop for this mega.
Yeah, Madball can't really challenge anymore. He was available. I don't know why he showed his face at all. We got 15 seconds left. Pavel, is he about to tear this first map away from Madball? I felt like Madball just got extremely greedy. There's no way in hell he can win that fight. That is going to be GG right there. Pavel with a miraculous comeback. He's going to be getting the advantage in this best-of-3 quarterfinals. Wow.
7-5, and I don't know what was that at the end. Like you said, he didn't have to. He could have just waited shots. I could have done that.
I don't know. I think the tension leading up to the first overtime in itself, I think, would have got to him, and I think definitely his decisions were affected by the pressure.
You think it was pressure and lack of experience?
I think kind of they both go tied together, really, aren't they? I mean, you can't, if you're experienced, you can deal with the pressure, and if you're not, then it's a lot harder. And especially for Madball, he's still an up and comer, and he's still got chances. I just hope now that, because he was so happy, he's like, I can win the first map. I'm delighted. I'm absolutely ecstatic. If he goes into map 2 now, he could lose it really heavily just because it was completely taken away from him in the last seconds. And
his maps, though, are really strong. Like, if we see a Toxicity, if we see a Sinister, more importantly, because that's, I think, his strongest map, Pavel's going to have a really tough time. This is why it's so important for Pavel to win that first map, because he probably sees himself as a much better player than Madball. And I think rightly so. He's got more experience. He's got more results. Yeah. Generally, his level is higher. So now he can breathe a sigh of relief, because he doesn't have
at the same time, it's like, should it have been as difficult as that? He'll be thinking, yes, I won. But he would be thinking it should have been a lot more simple. Yeah. Like, Pavel should be winning against Madball quite easily, which just shows that Madball's doing some great work. You know, and it's going to be Toxicity, man. You're saying that Madball is solid at this. I'm looking forward to watching him right off the starting spawns. Getting rockets, going to check out the red immediately. Sees that there's an LG in front of him and is like, no thanks. Let's get the items first.
Yeah, and this means that Sinister must be dropped by Pavel as well. So definitely fearing the Sinister Madball. And right now, things start off pretty well for Madball at the beginning of this. He only needs that LG, and look how annoying Pavel's being. Great work from Pavel, and that rocket almost turned into something fantastic in of itself.
That's going to be next big item to pressure. Madball going to swing over. But no damage exchange. I think it's not hitting many rails at the moment. He did only just pick it up. The full miss is not helping. Yeah, there we go. Backed off. We've got the 50 health bubble. It's going to be up for now. Oh, wow. Direct rocket. Is there hope here for him? No, he needed that direct to land. It didn't. And this is going to be mega, and surely Pavel's going to be able to protect himself that red.
Yeah, look how strong he is, even after that facial rocket. He's still doing pretty well for himself. He's just going to dive straight onto the red. It's not a good position to be in, but he's got such a stack. And Madball, he can't do anything with his weapons. He can't do anything with his stack. And Pavel's just walking all over him at this point. at the beginning of this game, and this could get nasty real fast.
Yeah. Madball's done a bit of damage. You know, as long as Pavel's not sitting around 200, well, I guess it's okay. But you've got to be careful how many frags you're throwing away to put the pressure on with. We're seeing bits of damage. I think Madball's sitting in the mega area. He's going to be able to pick it up, but he needs some damage. He's not hitting anything. Oh, we've actually got a rail in the end, but the machine gun damage was just timed absolutely perfectly. Knew exactly how much health Madball had.
Almost setting himself up.
What was going to happen just now? I thought we were going to have follow-up air rockets going here.
That would have been so sick. But looks like Pavel's in decent shape. But he needs to wait. He needs to just chill. He doesn't want to take damage here. Just hold on to this position. Cut Madball off from that red and from the mega if he can. Looks like he's going to just give that mega up to Madball, which is okay though, because it means that he can take this red without getting shot onto. You can see Madball is a bit late there because they were synced up that red and mega. So it's actually a decent spot for Pavel because he already had more stack before that. So all he has to think about is some good positions, work on that angle, and he's actually doing a really good job here.
Yeah. Oh, that rocket sounded pretty deep. We've got the red coming from second. Is Madball really going to try and challenge for this? This is going to be so difficult to pick up without taking huge amounts of damage. The rockets have been found. And then again, look at Pavel. He's not that strong, and Madball's got a better position to defend this mega health. But he's actually moved all the way over. He didn't want to sit on the mega straight away, and Pavel was therefore able to pick up the 5th kill. Yeah, Madball was building something really good for himself then, but he just couldn't hold on to it for long enough. And look, this is near enough the 200 danger zone that Pavel's in.
Here we go, Pavel back up on the map, and this is really bad. I mean, he had one cycle of like momentum, which is really strong, got a bunch of frags, and Madball, he managed to slow things down, but Pavel's right back up there again. He's got that momentum all the way back, and he's getting back-to-back frags. And if Madball can't stop him here, we're going to probably start to see like something close to 12-0.
And we're still pretty early on in the game. And we can't take too much away from Madball because he's got a good chance. He even hit the rail at the end. That's extremely useful. Pavel having to use every resource he can find locally. Oh, the rocket as well. He's going to go down. I think he killed himself in the end. I'm going to switch over to Madball at the moment. He had next to no health in the first place anyway. But he finds Pavel, who's just got the railgun, and he gets himself on the board properly now. These are some nice plays we're seeing from Madball, but he's got to make sure it lasts until after these items are getting picked up. Red's up in 1 second. He really wants it for himself, but Pavel's going to take it. He should still be able to get the kill. Yeah, the railgun misses, and that is going to be 2-7 now.
Good stuff. He's got to remove a big chunk of that deficit, and he's starting out really well, grabbing another mega on his way back onto the second frag hit in this little run. And 7-3 now, and here he goes. Finds another one off the spawn, and this is just toxicity at work. That's what we're seeing, and
he's doing a quick job of it.
It's looking good now.
Oh, he hits the rail as well. He's got some algae just to finish off Pavel. Takes a little bit more damage than he could really afford, though. He needs to fight for this next yellow armor, I feel. What? Pavel? He fell into the acid? Okay, this is good news for Madball. The green lights, go ahead. This mega should be his. Hitting a fantastic rail through the teleporter. Air rockets miss completely. Pavel chokes enormously in those fights.
That last rocket, that could have been it for Pavel, but he's forced out to defend him. With the plasma, he does the job. He picked up the red straight away, and now he is putting on a clinic for Madball, giving him a taste of his own medicine as he brings it back 6-3, and we're halfway through the game now as Pavel is just heating things up again. And
nicely done, Pavel. I think we need a scoreboard though for the acid because it's gotten like 3 kills now or so. Madball was so close to tying it up, but he wanted to put pressure on the red armor. Pavel had taken it, and the plasma was flying at him. He could have waited, but he felt that now was the best time, and now he's seeing the score go back to what it was a minute and a half ago.
Definitely. Here we go. We've got Pavel moving in again with the LG. Didn't start out so well, but he's got that good position on that 50 bubble with the red spawning beneath him. And Madball's going to get taken out again. Madball's shown some good fighting skills so far, like hitting some great rails and stuff. But Pavel just seems to be getting the edge overall.
Yeah. He's just managing to make it work. His mistakes aren't costing him so much. And the timing... Oh, whoa, the rocket's going to land. I was going to say the timing of Madball's control has never been quite as good because he's always had to really fight for the items. And it looks like he's going to have to do the same right now. Can he get the kill on Pavel? That would be a massive help for him into actually securing some kind of control. Oh my god, I saw that rocket went between his legs.
And this is really splash damage there from Pavel, using the corridor really well, little bit of the ceiling there. He really whittled down Madball's stack.
He's got more armor now than Madball. He picked up 2 yellows in a row, so Madball's got a really hard fight on his hands.
And he can't think that he's more stacked than he is. And here he goes, trying to push
Good
Pavel
job,
off
Madball.
position. He does so. And Pavel goes for the rocket jump. Is he able to make it work? What is happening? And he's going to actually get taken down. Madball can string another one together, but not before the red is
That's
picked up.
so annoying for Madball. He would have loved that red. That would basically secure the comeback completely. And now I think there's a split on the yellow armors. Madball's got a tough time ahead of himself, but he needs to be more controlled than he was earlier.
So things are calming down here. I thought for a moment as we get another engagement over by this Mega Health, and Madball's in a good position, not got the stack, but he's got to hit the shots, and this is really the moment to really test his courage at the moment, because Pavel is making a move, and there it is, the rail is strong, and he gets another frag, and he's looking too good on the stack suit.
Yeah, I mean, this is it. Madball been working so hard for the stack, he can never take the red armor. Even though Pavel's died on the red, he manages to prevent Madball from securing any kind of decent control, and now he gets back on the board. He's got the items to fall back on him, because that's all he's been focusing on for most of the game. And maybe we'll see a couple more frags happening. It's not over for Madball, but he's got to, it's going to be like take 3. This time, secure that control. The algae should be taking him out here. Some decent rails from Madball. Machine gun finish. 11-6. He's looking for the 2-0. And maybe he's going to be able to cut it.
Yeah, definitely. It's looking really grim at this point. He's got to turn the momentum back right now. But Pavel, again, so stacked. He's controlling the flow of the map completely. Good rockets coming in from Madball. But again, Pavel just has the very timely drop onto that red armor. And he's just fine again. And it's going to take something incredible for Madball to bring this back at this point. It's only 6 frags, but still, Pavel's positions are so good, but he gets caught out.
This is dangerous at the moment. I really want to follow Madball. He's just got himself a yellow armor. Does he want to put pressure on? He doesn't turn up to the Mega to do this, and surely Pavel's going to turn up here. Yeah, he's got the algae. He's got the greater stack right now. Switch to the rockets was absolutely beautiful there for some extra chip damage. And I think the series is coming to an end here for Madball. Blood Run, if it went his way, we could be seeing a completely different story right now.
It's very, very true. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I guess the player that on paper should have won the game, but
yeah.
at the same time, like you said, the games that we saw...
Yeah, I'm so sad for Madball. That Blood Run, I mean, he played really well, but there's a score that matters in the end.
It certainly does. So there you go. I mean, I think we had a little prediction at the beginning, and we had some Madball love from you, some Pavel love from me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I win this one too.
Well, come on, Madball played a good game, and I didn't say you were wrong. So screw you. I've defended my predictions with
we'll see
everything
what
I got
next game
here.
has to bring. Maybe you can equalize the prediction scores, but that's going to be it. 15-6
well done, Pavel.
there.
Nicely done.
2-0. So Madball is going to be kicking himself, like you said.
Yeah. I'm happy, though, for Pavel, because he really needed to get a 2-0, I think, to give himself the confidence to push himself onto his more difficult opponents later on. We'll see, though. I'm going to take a look at the brackets during the break.
Definitely. Pavel, he could be beginning his tear. It could happen. He won a cup recently, and he was looking really good, but he's lacking, the big names, Evil and Cypher, who've returned this cup. Agents in the mix again as well. So we'll see how things progress. So guys, stay with me and Zoot here on FACEIT TV for the Quake Live Sunday Cup. We'll see you right after this.